It has been a wild week, and we are on the precipice of an entirely historic event. So it is best that we are here. It's another episode of the NAAN Cast, the podcast about absolutely everything and absolutely nothing at the same damn time. I'm one of your three hosts, your resident supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington. The fellas in the building. It is so much. I'm looking at the list of everything we talking about, plus some. Like, yo, this is ridiculous. Introduce yourselves, fellas.
Hey, man, what's going on? It's your boy, Chris Please, the Darkitect, the Darkitect. Appreciate all y'all that been following the new Instagram, man. Yeah, holla at me.
Oh, I'm eating Fritos.
I ain't never seen nobody face that low trying to hurry up. That fake, hey, real quick, go to me real quick.
I thought he was gonna talk long.
Oh, no, that's what that face was. I thought he was gonna talk long.
I've been trying to chew silently since we started. It's me, Pap Johnson, aka Skinny Head.
Yeah.
What's good with you?
Yo, how was y'all week, man?
Man, good, man. Appreciate everybody who bought tickets to the Josh Johnson Flowers tour. Again, the general public never saw a ticket. One day in pre-sale, he sold out his whole tour, man. And
Yo,
appreciate y'all supporting.
Again, I always say this about Josh, man. When I first met him back in Chicago, when he had just like really started,
yeah,
he was one of the people that you were like, this isn't real. How funny he was out the gate. And to see the platform he has now, where he's elevated to, is just amazing. And
just the fact that he's memorizing a brand new 45-minute set every week,
just so he can bring, you know what I
mean, just so he don't burn any material for his special and tour is crazy.
Yeah, man. What about you, Pap? What's been good? While you chewing over?
Yeah. Don't eat another.
Every time you stop talking to Pap for a second, Pap like, I got you here for the Frito right
now. My week been pretty good, man. I beat the fraud case.
What?
Yeah, man. I had a black bank and they had like two niggas take a bunch of money out my account.
What you had, Washington Mutual?
That's not a black bank.
Yes, I think it was some hood shit back in the day, man.
Nah. You thinking of Denzel Washington Mutual?
Yeah.
No, Washington Mutual was a bank.
Denzel Washington Mutual. I don't know if that's a reputable financial
I'm not going to slander the black bank. You know, I gave them niggas a chance. They let me down.
As niggas do.
Yeah, but I got my money back. And I bought me a Lego G-Wagon to make myself feel good. So, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere.
Big bodies now.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Look, do those Lego sets. Like, here's the only thing that pisses me off. They are nowhere near the size that they are in the box.
Well, yeah.
No, like they're much smaller. I remember I put together the Black Widow thing with my daughter, and I was like, "This is it?" And I was pissed. But no, the week's been good, man. It's just been busy. Shouts out to everybody for Halloween was crazy.
Yeah.
Shouts out to the homie Ryan Pound out and Pillow Talk, man. They threw a Halloween party in the hills that was bananas. I got there like yo, there was an actual orgy happening when I got there on stage, on the lower stage. Yes, I said it. I mean exactly what I'm saying.
Damn.
That was happening on the lower stage. And I got there at 1:30. It was supposed to be over at 3.
Yeah.
They went till about 5, 6 in the morning. And so it was just,
you gotta be prepped to walk into an orgy.
To watch an orgy too. Like it was like a bunch of like porn stars on stage.
Sure.
But yeah, you have to mentally prepare yourself like, well, I'm gonna give me a drink, talk to somebody, and then that's penetration.
Yeah, you got to know that that's what you about to be assaulted with. You know what I mean? That's why Pink Fox sends posters before her parties.
Yes, she let you know. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat that's watching us live right now. I thought Jay got fired. Blah blah blah. This ain't before the bell. They ain't firing me on this one. Yep, I said it. And I don't give a fuck. I've had a lot of shit to do on Sundays, and it's been real busy. But yo, a Diddy party? No, it's not. Wasn't no baby oil. Yo, shouts out to everybody that decided to go with bottles of baby oil for Halloween this year.
I'm about to say Willie Mack just straight up went as Diddy. It was just had bottles of baby oil with him for friend of the show, Willie Mack.
I've seen a bunch of my homegirl Fatima Talia, who's on the Girls Wanna Know pod.
Yeah.
She wrapped herself up in plastic wrap and did it. I've seen a bunch of people do that. Shouts out to people who fucked their life up doing racist ass costumes.
Yeah.
Every year.
What you mean?
What do you mean? You see like white dudes going blackface trying to be somebody that they're not. Look, you can be that person, but you ain't got to do the blackface. I think that's the clear consensus with stuff like that.
Man, it's Halloween, man.
See,
it's Halloween, man. If you're gonna be fucking a white dread hippie, You know, let these motherfuckers dress as a nigga for
Yeah,
what
but ain't
they-
nobody, black people, most black, the
Let
majority.
them get shot. Let them see how.
Let them get
Let them
shot.
get shot.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Didn't know we were gonna go that part of it right now, but anyway, let's get into it, man. Thugger Thugger is free.
Hey,
But
Jeffrey is home, baby.
But the question is going to remain for how long?
Aw, man.
Here's why. The judge gave this man 15 years probation. And should he violate at any point, he goes in for 30, no matter what.
Well, this is where that having good handlers, you know what I mean, come in the situation. Like that's kind of my whole thing about like Tupac, right? I feel like his death is Suge Knight is responsible for, not because he put a hit out as there's conspiracy theory for, but because you're supposed to protect the money.
Mm.
If he the one that's bringing in the cash and the notoriety and dropping hits, you can't have him stomping out known Crips, you know what I mean, in the middle of a Vegas casino. I don't care if he is on the mob. You know what I mean? Like, there's several rappers and R&B singers that basically pledged grad chapter of gangs in the music industry, and they, you don't see them running fades and all that sort of craziness. Like, that's what, so whoever around Thug, like that, they need to be on point. That's it.
I agree with that. I just think it's going to be extreme. 15 years worth?
I mean, there's probably rappers who got several more. You know what I mean?
But I don't think we haven't heard about it. Let's say
Sure.
we haven't heard about it.
It's very high profile, you know what I mean? But that's not even the most interesting thing. The most interesting thing is, I'm sure Pap's gonna speak on the apologies that niggas owe Gunna. Good God Almighty!
Wait, what? I missed that part. Pap, please, if you ain't got Fritos in your mouth, because you so quiet.
I just want y'all to, get y'all shit off because I care about this probably the most.
Yes, you do.
100%.
100%.
First of all, I told y'all niggas that Thugger would get out.
That's right.
You said 15 years is a long time. It's a lot shorter than 100 years in jail.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's what
That's
he was
right.
facing.
Right.
Also, you get 15 years probation. I got a feeling they're gonna appeal this whole trial because it was corrupt. This is just to get him out.
Right.
You come through, you win the appeal case of all this shit. Oh, now, nigga, we sweeping the streets. You saw that nigga lawyer did like this, slide him out. But yeah, speaking of what Burns has said, Thugger specifically requested that he be allowed to see his brother who is medically ill and be able to work with Gunna because they make music together.
Okay. I just like to say, Pap Johnson is being brought to you by The Atmosphere because that's how high he is right now.
Yeah.
But no, like everybody and their mom was talking about Gunna's a snitch, Gunna done told, Gunna done outed YSL as a street gang and this, that, and the other. And this proves what I keep saying. When people got allegations on you, man, just don't even address it. If it ain't true, there ain't nothing to address.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just keep doing your thing.
Well, street niggas gonna talk like the way the streets believe.
Yeah, but it's like the cancel culture, right? Cancel culture is only real if you feed into it. If you stop doing what you're doing, you start releasing things, you go into hiding, that's when it looks like the shit worked for you. You know what I mean? Like worked against you. And you can point that out to any sort of artist that's ever been quote unquote canceled. They just stopped. It's not that they could not put shit out. You know what I mean?
I always wonder why people still to this day assume that cancel culture is a thing. Now I understand it's a buzzword for people to use.
Yeah.
I understand it's something you can say it and it's a hot button thing, but nobody that has been canceled is not, like you said, doing anything.
Yeah.
Like they shift from what they were originally doing.
But the motherfuckers who actually got that went away committed crimes.
Yes.
And got convicted for the fucking crimes. Bill Cosby got convicted of a crime. Weinstein got convicted of a crime. Like people got D'Elia is still selling out theaters all over the, you know what I mean? It's not like cancel whatever. What?
It gotta slow down finally.
I mean, I don't know.
I've heard it slow down a little bit.
Okay, well.
But using that was another thing too. When you go to comics, like Roseanne was talking about, she was canceled. Like, yo, you just had a special. So what? It was on Fox.
Yeah,
you did a special,
and it was trash.
It was
like,
trash.
Yo, if your output is trash, you get canceled a lot faster than society.
Kevin Spacey did get canceled.
Did
man.
he though?
Yeah,
he was back
man.
making movies.
Nah, man,
overseas.
my nigga ain't never bounced back. My nigga was Frank Underwood. Now this nigga making goddamn doobie movies.
I mean, he is.
Oh, you can't touch the kids, man.
Yeah,
you can't
man.
touch the kids.
Yeah,
that
that's
shit
true.
made me mad.
You know
Because
what
I
I'm
love a
saying?
negotiator, man.
That's the
You
Kevin
want my
Spacey
blood?
pull.
Take my blood.
Oh man! Shout out to Matisse Stewart that got hit on by Kevin Spacey.
That was
More
so.
than hit on.
Yeah. You think he went on the vacation?
He said he had a great time in Hawaii.
Okay. Woo.
But the music about to be fire.
Speaking of music,
Well, he can't rap about nothing.
I know they was like, you can't rap about
That's why I
being.
said they got to appeal this shit.
oh yeah, because they said Twitter was going, Twitter and Instagram going, what Young Thug's new album's gonna be like.
I know,
and they
yeah.
all the clips of like black rappers on Family.
Cause look, yeah, without the guns going off and the murder and the drugs, his subject matter is limited. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Randy Cox with the super chat. Super chats are open.
They are open, ladies and gentlemen, and we appreciate all the support that you get. The views, YouTube is funny, man. Like we get thousands of views and we get some financial backing from that, but you guys are really the support, the lifeblood of the show with the super chats and everything else. So we really appreciate it. They are open if you want to holler at us. What is Randy Costas talking about?
He said, "Gonna stay quiet and made hit records. Thug should do the same thing."
Right, but if he can only talk about the outfit he got on, it's gonna be a little right. It's gonna be a little tough.
Nah.
That first Jesus track gonna be amazing from Thug.
If Young Thug drop a gospel record like Kanye, come on, bro, that shit gonna slap.
We're definitely getting a Young Thug gospel track at some point. I got to show the judge before they throw everything out like Pap say. I got to show the judge I'm a changed person.
Yeah,
I'm not what they think I'm gonna be. You drop that Christian record or two.
YSL means Yeshua still loves.
What you talking about? Thug. Truly humble under God.
Yep, truly humble under God.
Facts.
Speaking of music, Tyler the Creator dropped a new album.
That fool, he do.
What
he got like this dance he do in every video.
Chromacopia.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear it?
I listened to it.
I listened to it. Did you? Absolutely not.
He said this Young Thug trial is the most important thing to him going on.
Right.
Ain't no way.
He think I'll listen to some nigga in a suit.
But you listen to Young Thug in a dress and all kind of bullshit.
Yeah, that nigga up there chopping up. You see what they call that nigga Big Slide.
That's right.
That nigga just beat the feds in a dress.
What is happening right now?
There's no Tyler music you fuck with?
I like Earthquake. I mean, he a cool nigga. I just remember early Tyler. That's why I just was like, all right, man.
I mean, early Tyler, he was like 17 years old, like
just
angry
some
emo
more-
black kid.
Yeah, I don't give no fuck.
There was a lot of murder in those records, but it was like Eminem murder, not like.
That's why I was just like, yeah, all right, my nigga. Like,
Okay, yeah.
Like I ain't here for your fucking adolescent phase.
Yeah, I hear that.
But now he make hip hop, cool. He like a alternate Talib Kweli, right?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that
say
far.
that at all.
Yeah, Talib Kweli ain't never seen an award nomination in his life.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? Ain't nobody slapping. Everybody still bring up the blast. You pronounce my name? Kweli. Everybody still play that record. You know what I mean?
Do.
Yeah. All his joints, all his slaps are done by like Kanye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Tyler, like, at least makes his own beats, composes his own joints, can rap when called upon to rap. You know what I mean? Got respect in the industry and gets awards. So I think it's a little more than Brother Kweli. No disrespect.
While you're doing the
Kweli.
comparison, what did you think of the album?
Alternative. So I mean,
But that's
take
most,
it to another level.
Well, most niggas is alternative Kweli. Do you sell records or don't you? That's really the alternative. Shit. And don't get me wrong, I had my backpack on in '98. I had the Black Star album on vinyl, nigga.
Listen, college dropout backpack days.
Come on.
And polos.
Man, you know what Kanye say, man? Whose career do you want? Mine is Twali.
I love Twali is hilarious.
It's so hilarious. Just
Combination of this nigga's name. Twali. Oh my God.
What'd you think of the album?
I thought it was cool. He's clearly in his experimental bag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like straightforward rap, which he kind of tried to do with Call Me If You Get Lost, which was way more middle of the road. Not middle of the road meaning like boring or anything like that, but like this is like some digestible music. This is like goes in all different directions. You know what I'm saying?
So one of the biggest songs that a lot of people are talking about is the song Take Your Mask Off.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of different, people like, okay, he talks about a girl who was, I guess she was part of the streets. Now she a mom, talking about a down low preacher.
Yeah.
He was talking about somebody else, but then he got to the point where he was talking about a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And people were trying to discern what he was talking about and if he was just talking about himself. Because he brings up the failed clothing line.
Yeah.
He brings up being weird, all these different things. But the problem is there's a bunch of rappers who have had failed clothing lines and all these different things. So it's like...
You didn't rock Bushi from Busta Rhymes back in the day? A lot of people has, I mean, what? Nas got down with Mark Echo, and it was...
Yeah, Nas was Echo.
And...
Nelly had Vocal.
Vocal, right?
Vocal actually did numbers in China.
In China?
Yeah, it was like the number one.
He had Chinese niggas with Band-Aids on.
Hey man,
you ain't never seen they B-boys?
Yeah, he was like, hey man, check this out. Y'all send me 200. Y'all keep 200.
Deal. It's even. That's hilarious. What's some other ones? Didn't Eminem have a clothing line for a little bit?
Oh no.
And then they had the Snoop Dogg clothing.
Snoop's is in Walmart right now.
Good Lord. Then they had a Machiavelli brand. And they had Busta Rhymes was Bushi.
Beyonce had it. She's not a rapper, but Beyonce had House of Darion.
Right.
Fat Farm was a thing.
She didn't have several lines.
Yeah,
I want to be high on my ass.
No. I'm just saying. I brought up House of Darion.
The House of Derriere.
And then we'll never see Sean John.
Man, bro. Hey, remember them velour tracksuits, boy?
Hey, the gray one was the hardest shit out, bro. Hardest shit out. For being so soft.
So Rockaware, of course.
Of course.
Woo Wear was a disappointment.
No. Woo Wear.
It got weird after a while. It got weird.
Well, that's because
after a while, you got the designs made by RZA.
Yeah. Because after a while, because they tried to make it too much of a lifestyle brand.
Yeah.
And so at one point, you started to get polo shirts with little Wu-Tang symbols instead of polo horses. Then they had like formal gear. It's like, I don't want no
That's
suit.
what I'm saying. That's what I mean when I say it.
I'm getting fired day one if I show up.
Well, that's what I meant when I said, like it went, that's what I said when it went weird.
Yeah.
Things like that,
Wu-Tang is forever, but your unemployment
but your unemployment is not. That is so petty. Outkast had a clothing brand.
Oh yeah, that Quimini clothing, yeah, for sure.
Okay, who else?
Caroline.
I didn't know. Lugs. You could say Lugs because Birdman and Funk Flex.
Oh yeah, Birdman Lugs.
Them Birdman Lugs.
Can't afford no Timbs.
Get you these
Birdman.
Get you these Birdman like.
Carl Kanai.
I never one time wanted to dress like no Funk Master Flex. Where?
Not even Birdman.
What?
Yeah.
No. What style icon is Funk Master Flex?
But New York niggas, oh my god.
I mean, it was the boots.
Hey, all them niggas
G-Unit.
dressed like Def Jam Bandana.
Yeah, 100%.
What's Academics?
Rough Rider clothing.
Rough Riders was a thing.
Rough Riders was
Tell the truth
successful.
right now.
Did I have any Rough Riders clothing?
You had a shiny jean suit at one point in your life.
No. I'm dead ass
Jerome Washington. I swear to God.
Come on,
hey, you lie in the presence of God.
I'm dead ass serious. I never had it
friends.
because I couldn't afford it.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Couldn't afford it
because it was expensive. Like I remember, I wanted a FUBU one.
Oh,
and
that's
I was
that's what I've been trying to remember for the long. Iceberg.
Oh, Iceberg.
Was that Benzinos or something?
Iceberg.
It wasn't really belonging to rappers, but rappers definitely had it on.
Iceberg, Cross Colors, Coogee.
You saw Nick Cannon wearing South Pole. He was like, all right, bro.
Cross colors.
Poe was so disgusting.
It was the worst.
Carl Nietzsche. We said PNB Nation.
Y'all ever remember the Averex jackets?
Or the Davucci's?
Yeah,
them heavy.
Come on.
The Pele.
Pele.
Shouts out to Lil Real. This Pele's so heavy. It's heavy Pele. Fubu. Remember, now it's back.
Yeah, in a way.
In a way, it's back.
In a sense.
I don't know Fubu.
It was Shady Clothes at LTD and G Unit.
Oh,
remember the G?
Dada. I remember Dada.
Yeah, Dada was a thing.
Yeah, they said Mark Echo. Mark Echo was popping for a minute.
Nigga, G Unit clothing.
Jabot.
They really had niggas out here
with the
in
t-shirts
tank tops with colorful straps
with the
on them.
The colorful strap and this and a different wife beater.
Halter tops.
Niggas had cleavage showing.
School of Hard Knocks.
That's hilarious, dog.
Yeah, I used to think LRG was like the
LRG.
Oh, that shit did look clean at one point. Yeah.
Like, oh, nigga got the LRG on.
It's so crazy but it's so crazy what we went crazy for.
Yeah.
And how it was just here one moment and gone the next.
Absolutely.
Like I said, there are certain clothing lines that just persevered. And then try to make a comeback. Carl Kanaz tried to make a comeback. Sean John did for a second, but we know now that's just gonna.
Well, that's why I knew Diddy had to be doing something illegal because they kept putting him on the Forbes list and listing Sean John as like his second.
It was the biggest
asset.
thing.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Who is wearing this shit?
Somebody said it. Fat Farm.
Yeah, of course.
Remember the anime shirts they had?
Yeah.
Fat Farm had the anime shirts.
Shit, they had the song, nigga. Fatty Girl.
Yeah.
Fatty Girl.
The whole album. What do you ever say? Whole album.
Because then, because what happened? Right. God damn, Drunken Master, nigga.
Yep.
God damn.
I roll with nothing but the
That's
real
just a
niggas.
hit though. That's just
hard to kill.
But then I think it hit like what 2002, and then the designer shit came in. And people started like
real designers
putting like Burberry on their Air Force Ones.
Oh yes, when they started changing the shoes, and everything.
Yeah, so the streetwear brand started to die out.
It was just the Burberry print, but it wasn't actual Burberry.
Hell
it was
no.
just like the regular print.
Yeah,
like you just had a nigga with a little penknife and some glue and
hilarious. Straight up
Evisu jeans.
Evisu.
God, Evisu.
Damn. The True Religions. Everybody had horseshoes on their ass.
Them Robin jeans.
Come on, bro.
Wait, somebody said in the chat, Quiet Kid Chris says, them franchise boys sold more white tees than Fruit of the Loom.
Facts.
Yo, Hot Boys made everybody buy Jabos and Reebok Classics.
Hey, man.
Oh, yeah.
Them Reebok Classics was going crazy.
Strap up your knees.
I'm about to say, the Jabos with the straps, couldn't nobody tell me a
Who was I
motherfucking
talking
thing.
to the other day? And I think was it Dion? I was talking to, and we was like, yo, I still got a pair of my Jabos I rock. And I was like, it sounds like.
I mean, but Dion be making some interesting.
We talking about Dion Cole for those
fashion choices.
That's Dion Cole for those we talking
Dion
about.
Cole wore James Brown inspired corduroy bell bottom suit one time. He looked like Django in that blue outfit.
Jesus Christ.
Dion is my brother.
What'd you say?
Dion's my brother.
Wait, Chris.
You mean you want to dress like that? I ain't never seen a nigga on a horse before.
You want to dress like that?
Yeah, Dion, man, he be making some interesting fashion choices.
But here's the thing I noticed about Dion's fashion choices, because when we went to the Black Comedy Festival that you, Live Nation, and Drew, shouts out all of y'all put together, you looking at what Dion wearing, but I'm like, oh, this nigga got on Gucci this, or everything.
No doubt.
It might look, you might say it looks quote unquote wild or weird or whatever, but it's money.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing about.
He spent some cash on it, but in the same way that like Prince spent some money on them figure skating outfits that sold the boots somehow into the fit. That costs some money too.
Yeah.
This is custom,
Hey,
nigga.
That's right. Also, how does Dion achieve?
Highlight that for me real quick, because I gotta.
Said Dion Cole dressed like Martin Morrow but refined. That's hilarious. Now Martin is still on Temu, bro. He may be working his way up. But how does Dion achieve his haircut? Is always my question. Because it's a fade, but it's a curl, but it's also no. And you know what I'm talking about? That's why you reacting that way. Because it's a curl, but it's got waves.
Yeah. So what you saying is he got the Jermaine Jackson light?
Nah.
Well, no, but
no, that nigga has the Kramer, nigga.
Yo,
he has the Kramer.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God, it's perfect. Perfect.
High top, slick back with waves.
First of all, that's a
Producer,
comment
yo.
that was made on the yeah. That was a fucking before the bell comment.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, man, shout out to Deion Cole, man. That's my big bro, man.
Love Deion, man.
But speaking of the Hot Boys, they back.
Wait.
The Hot Boys is back.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh well, they performed together at Louisiana Fest over the weekend.
Yeah.
Shout out to TK Kirk. Shout out and apologies to TK Kirkland, man. I was supposed to be there this weekend. I couldn't make it, bro. I'm my bad. But
Chris, so you can't come out?
I mean,
You
yeah,
come
licking
out?
his fingers with pizza while he's talking to me on the phone. But yeah, man, they reunited at the officially because everybody was mad that they didn't reunite.
So it was all four of them?
Yeah. Everybody was mad that they wasn't together at the Essence Festival.
Right.
But in retrospect, I mean, Manny Fresh even said, he's like, dog, the billing for Essence Fest was Baby and Friends.
Right.
Not
Hold
a
on.
Hot Boys reunion.
Shouts out to Bad News Book. Said there's a whole thread comparing Jermaine Jackson's head to Deion
God
Cole.
damn. God damn.
I love you, Deion. We love you, bro.
We love you, Deion.
bro.
Friend of the show.
We love you.
Absolutely friend of the show.
God damn. But
So yeah, everybody was like mad about the Essence Fest thing, but they came together for Louisiana Fest. And what you have thoughts, Pat?
Why are we having Essence Fest?
What?
Why are we having Essence
because
Fest?
Essence as a magazine is still a thing.
No, it's not, nigga.
You are not a black woman.
You aren't the demographic.
You aren't
for
the
Essence,
demographic.
yeah. You don't buy several lotions.
You aren't the demographic though. So I mean, honestly, why would you expect it to appeal to you?
I didn't say that it would appeal to me. I don't think it'll appeal to nobody today.
You think it's over with?
Bro,
for
you don't
Essence?
see Essence Fest is packed every single year.
Yeah.
I mean, Essence Fest, the goddamn where they have musical acts, Frankie Beverly and Maze
Mhm.
every year. Yeah. I
Not
mean,
every year.
You could just rename that shit like it's a goddamn sports stadium. Like,
I mean, Essence is a brand
Yes.
that speaks to Black women of a certain age. And so, you know, if you want to attract that demo, you brand it as such in order to get them out there. And it works that way.
I guarantee in at least 4 years, that shit is going to be Hallmark's Ebony's Fest. No, what they call it, the Mahogany Series.
Yeah.
That's they black cards. It's called Mahogany.
But we need more things
Mahogany
like that,
Fest.
man, because there's not a whole lot of Black brands that are associated with quality that bring people out for stuff. Do you disagree? Because even when we consume like hip hop media and stuff like that, right? It's like it's the Vlad TVs, it's the No Jumpers. Those aren't Black owned things, and where are our brand? That's what we're trying to build with this brand.
Where are our brands at?
Where niggas come through.
I mean, I always just find it funny because it's like, it just depends on where you're looking. Like, if niggas want this super Black Hollywood shit, I mean, then you just got to deal with like Tyler Perry. We there, but it all depends on what you want and where you looking at. Because you could go to the hood. There's some niggas making shit in the hood. That's why we got Tubi. It's niggas that make
Which by the way, Tubi is within the next year is not going to be what it has been.
No. They don't let black people
You'd have
get
had
it
your fun.
popping.
You'd have had your fun.
Yep.
And now Tubi's about to start charging y'all.
Yep.
Tubi's about to start charging y'all. That's why if you notice, if you open up that app, you don't get these movies like these weird movies like you used to anymore. You get the licensed shit in the front now.
Yeah.
So just so y'all know, you changed the game. We all made Tubi popular talking about the bullshit movies and talking about how bad they were and
That's
the Kevin
right.
Spacey films. And we talked about all that, and all we did was run those numbers up.
That's big facts. But that's what always happens. You know what I mean? When anything is struggling, you fill it with a demographic that actually spends money, which is the Black community. Let it get built up, and then you take it from them. You know what I mean? That's why people are so mad at Timbaland and Swiss Beats for selling verses.
Bro, the moment they gave it to Triller,
it was done.
Because the whole concept, granted, yes, he couldn't have stayed the concept of on two phones via Instagram, right?
Yeah. Well, they were having people show up to do the shit live. You know what I mean?
Then they worked out with Instagram where they made it could stay longer for on live for than an hour, more than an hour.
Yeah.
But when they started and then it started getting the whole production thing. But once Triller got involved, that's when it died.
Yeah.
And it is always like that when something is, like you said, the elevation of something into something corporate changes everything. But back to Pap's thing about Essence. what other Black entities do you feel we have that can be celebrated consistently?
That we have?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Uncle Nearest, she could do a festival. I could.
But she's just now starting to pop.
Yeah.
What you talking about? This nigga is a billionaire.
I'm talking about the global recognition. Yes, she's a billionaire, of course, but I'm not using the right word. Excuse me.
I'm listening.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. What you about to say? Recognition. Excuse me.
She is a billionaire in the alcohol industry. If you're telling me that Essence has a bigger reach than fucking alcohol in the world,
I'm not saying it does. But Uncle Nearest Festival. You're saying that's a thing.
Yeah, that's like, you know what?
it's
why?
just the name.
Right, but it has got to be associated with a certain thing, right? Because we've talked about that, like even at like my job, right? When you brand certain things a certain thing, there's a certain expectation, and not everything fits. Like just because the brand is popular doesn't mean it necessarily brings people out. Like if it was like the Nike Comedy Festival, what does that even mean? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody has the brand recognition all over the world for Nike, but as far as like getting people out for an event, that's a whole different thing.
I think if you slap Nike on it, niggas is gonna show up.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, you're gonna get some people, but you're not gonna get the level in which you would probably your metrics would anticipate.
Y'all niggas talking about this metrics and all this shit. I'm high.
All right, let's move on while you're high.
Fair enough. That
Yo, the Wayans brothers are back, by the way.
Yes, sir.
They are now back. They will be doing Scary Movie 6. Marlon Wayans made that announcement on Instagram. And we think this is what's going to save the franchise. I said that with a question mark at the end.
That's a lot of responsibility.
I said that with a question mark at the end.
Yeah. That's a lot of responsibility.
I mean, the hype behind it, just the announcement of the Wayans brothers in general being involved, means a lot because they lost the rights after Scary Movie 3.
Right.
And so they hadn't been involved with it. We all know how the story had gone. We're like, oh, this isn't Scary Movie at all.
Correct.
Did they lose the rights? Did they ever have the rights?
That's what I was going to say. I feel like the movie studio probably had it from the beginning. It's the same thing with with Friday and why it's taking Ice Cube so long to make another Friday. He's like, bro, I'm not in control of what New Line Cinema wants to do.
Oh, okay.
I've pitched it 1,000 times, but they, you know what I mean? They got to ultimately say yes or no.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, he announced that they're working on but he said that.
He said that so
billion.
many times.
Y'all even want another Friday at this point?
Nope.
You good?
I'm good.
Yeah, I would love another Friday.
Here, and again,
it's a universe. It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Give another generation more stupid shit.
You say shit like that, and that's how you get the House Party reboot. Anyway.
Okay. Well, the nigga, is House Party sacred?
Nigga.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely one for starring immature.
These
that was not exactly popping.
These is movies where niggas dance battle.
We need more of that, by the way.
For butt cheeks. They dance battling for the cheeks. Like, come on, my nigga. What you mean they ruined the franchise?
Somebody just said something in the chat, and I want, if you're watching this later and you're listening to this on the podcast, I want your thoughts about this one comment. The Bean410 says, I hate that all these social media people are trying to get in that movie, and they're using social media to try to campaign for Scary Movie. Like Trey Rags, the one who used to do the voiceovers for Daybreak Animation. I've seen a couple other people. How do you feel about that with social media personalities? Just like, hey, I'm going to just try to put it out here like this. Hopefully my fan base will pick up on it and then hit them up. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think it's fine for marketing situations. What I don't like is that a lot of these social media personalities get shoehorned into the projects themselves. I think we need to leave that to people that are actually out here doing that. Not to say that no social media personalities can write or act or whatever, but I feel like it gets stunt casted. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, this person has millions and millions of followers.
Producer says the tryhards. Yeah.
Yeah, but like someone like, the reason people are excited about Sean and Marlon getting back involved is because they are proven assets when it comes to writing, producing, directing, acting, and making it funny and consumable and a hit. Because fuck what you're talking about, as corny as people be trying to make it seem like the Wayans are, they movies is hits. Straight up hits and classics.
Well, look, Marlon Wayans did Sextuplets On Netflix?
He also did White Chicks. You know what I'm saying? He also did
that's why
The Sixth Man.
Let me tell you,
And G.I. Joe.
That's right.
Yeah, man, that's why I didn't shit on White Chicks. White Chicks is a cult classic.
That nigga was in Requiem for a Dream. He's an actor. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure in the fuck is.
That's right.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Speaking of acting, why Drake acting tough staring at DeMar DeRozan on the sidelines of the Toronto Raptors game? Like he wants something to do with DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
He's like,
them looking away every time DeMar DeRozan looked their way.
You know what he looked like? He looked like the nigga in Belly eating a banana.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. I'm about to drop dime on this nigga.
But it's typical Drake shit. I mean, you went to the Toronto Raptors, Vince Carter banner night instead of going to Louisiana Fest.
Right. And
Like, but it just shows you really can't come back to America like that.
yeah.
What DeMar DeRozan should have did is what Jaden McDaniels did to Sochin. Did you see that? Oh, that nigga grabbed me by the jersey, by the neck like this. Like, motherfucker.
Trying to embarrass me on TV?
Yeah, I've been enjoying. NBA been spicy. Rudy Gobert, clothesline, Christian Brown.
Yep, sure did.
What?
And then
Sure did.
and then was spooked because Russell Westbrook ran up on him.
Yep.
Yeah, niggas been really, really going at it.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost at the how far into the season are we? Like
A month?
We barely started.
See, we're like a
we
month.
scratched the surface.
That's all, like we just scratched the surface and
God
mine's
damn.
already spicy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. I mean, listen.
You know, but yeah, Drake, you can't be tough in pigtails, my dude. Like he wearing a big old mink coat and got pigtails talking about, yeah, get up out of here, pussy. I was like, all right.
Speaking
No,
of Drake,
he whispered it.
speaking of
It's more
Drake,
like,
speaking of him
up
being
out of here,
spooked
pussy.
and not coming back to America, shouts out to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They won
Hey.
the World Series. Now they just had the celebration this past Friday in
Facts.
LA at the stadium. Why did the Dodgers come out to not like us?
I mean, it's
But-
the obvious choice.
Well,
yeah,
it's
what
one
do
of
you mean?
those, and I say it not because the obvious, of course, but Drake can't escape that song. Like, no matter what.
No, that's why I laugh at all these fucking OV hoes or whatever you want to call them. That was like, oh, the song gonna be done in a few months. Well,
I'm tired of the song.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
I
like-
can see that in cop time.
no,
Everybody
nigga,
was tired of this
check
song.
the streams. Motherfuckers is listening to it several times a day to this day.
Yeah.
To this day.
it's just enjoyable because this is exactly what Drake asked for.
That's right.
He challenged him, nigga, you don't make hits.
That's right.
That's what they kept saying.
Yeah.
You don't make hits. Ain't no shit that niggas will hear the club, this and that. Well, nigga,
How about it?
I got an all-time banger on your head.
That's
Wait, did
exactly
you read
right.
the nigga with the D? Welp.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of Louisiana Fest and this situation, several people owe Kendrick Lamar an apology. If you saw the highlights from Louisiana Fest and Wayne struggling for his life,
I've heard about that.
to
That was-
sing
it was like,
a few of these
and
bars.
this is who y'all want for the Super Bowl.
Like,
okay.
chill out, everybody. Chill the fuck
I
out.
mean, you asked a 70-year-old man in his spirit.
Okay, I want to say he done smoked himself 70 internally.
Well, remember, he done shot himself before.
Yeah,
He had his codeine. Man, codeine Wheezy is still my favorite Wheezy though, man. He was
it's a good
fucking-
Wheezy.
Yeah,
It's a good Wheezy.
He was having a great time.
Seizure Wheezy.
Yeah.
Remember he was falling out, having seizures
Yeah.
and shit. Everybody was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck is wrong with Lil? It's like you don't see the cough syrup he just
Yeah.
dropped out of his hand."
And that was like damn near 20 years ago.
Absolutely right.
So yeah, you gotta expect that nigga to perform like Smokey Robinson. or
Yeah.
something.
He gonna be out there trying to be sexy like 80-year-old Smokey. You seen them clips where he on stage and he just like try to give you the struggle pumps at the aunties? It's hilarious, dog. I looked that shit up. He's out there this
Wait.
day trying to do that.
Wait, Smokey, because his face is like preserved 65.
Well, when you done that many drugs, you like it's like being pickled. You know what I mean? Where you are preserved, but it's like it's fermented. You know what I mean?
Fermented?
We locked in, baby. We locked in.
That's right. And so Wheezy is, his insides is probably quite pickled.
Nah, for sure.
Pickle Weezy. Get Pickle Rick. Pickle Weezy.
Rick and Morty.
So yeah, everyone owes y'all owe Kendrick an apology because that's who you want for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you don't want Pickle Weezy.
Weezy.
Messing up white people's money at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
Come on.
He don't know what's going to happen with him.
Smokey Robinson. I don't want to type in Smokey Robinson struggle pumps.
Be fine, man. You'll search that shit.
They're going to be offering, you're going to be getting suggestions for old man days.
I don't want to type in that. I don't want to type that at all. That's not gonna be good at all.
Oh yeah, Smokey Robinson struggle pumps is the title of this episode for sure.
Speaking of old men,
yes,
George Clinton.
Yeah,
the biopic is happening, man. I forgot to pull up the information fully for it, but all I can tell you is that the director of Dreamgirls,
yes,
correct, and Eddie Murphy is set to star is George Clinton,
and he's producing it too,
and he's producing it as well.
Yep.
We saw what he did when he decided to take on Rudy Ray Moore in Dolomite. I felt he was cheated out of an Oscar nomination.
Yeah,
to be quite honest, to know the level in which Eddie can get to, it scares me that he won't get a nomination for this. The performance is going to be immaculate.
Now, my thing is always subject matter. I think that Dolomite Is My Name had an opportunity because Hollywood and the Academy loves movies about the industry.
Right.
And I get it, this is about the music industry in a way, but it's about a nigga who was on heroin making basically a scam in the industry several ways. George Clinton and the Funkadelic Parliament had like 5 different bands. People don't know this. It was like 5 different bands, all signed to different labels. It was the same band. And it was getting checks from several record companies all at once. It was Parliament, it was Funkadelic, it was the P-Funk All-Stars, it was Bootsy's Rubber Band, it was the Daughters of Funkenstein, all the same band. And you look at the credits, it's George Clinton, Bernie Worrell, all these. It's hilarious that they let that nigga get away with that shit.
And I think that's going to be the subject of it. I mean,
it got to be.
It's got to be part of it, as well as like the personal struggles he's dealt with over the years.
Speaking of fermented, you want to talk about some drugs being done,
nigga. George Clinton, any nigga that keeps a bucket of feathers to put in their hair on a daily basis.
He wake up and just get a handful.
A bucket of feathers. Well, this purple one is for Wednesday. Like, he got a...
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I feel like this is going to wind up being like Frosted.
Like the Seinfeld joint?
Yeah, where you like, man, you like, oh man, it's gonna be great, and then it come out, you be like, man, what the fuck? But these niggas was on real drugs.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, producer, real quick, can you pull up a picture of George Clinton real fast? I just want to see, and George Clinton and Eddie Murphy. I want to see if we can do a side by side. If you write the tune, it should be like a side by side. So we're like, all right, I can picture Eddie doing that.
No doubt.
I mean, I don't think that. That's always my issue with niggas. We want the character to look just like the nigga he played. Like, what about acting?
I mean, older Eddie?
I'm just excited about Eddie having to change his hair because that's been my big complaint about modern Eddie. He keep the same cut in every movie.
Have you not seen Metro?
No.
Oh my God! When he had the little fucking twist.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Because that's why I knew Coming to America 2 was gonna be trash because he didn't change the cut. I knew the new Beverly Hills Cop wasn't gonna be that great because he didn't really change the cut, even though you don't need to that much for Axel Foley. But when Dreamgirls, My Name Dolomite, the wigs came out.
Grew that little fro out.
Yeah, the wigs came out. It's like, all right, there we go. Now we talking. He trying to actually do some acting.
I hear you, but the true story of George Clinton is already so out of pocket that everything that's going to happen is going to be like caricature over the top.
Might be.
So that's why I say it's going to be unfrosted.
My favorite George Clinton story is from Questlove when he said he got an opportunity to record with this nigga, walked in the studio, George was doing crack, not coke, straight up smoking crack. And when he looked up and saw Quest, he blew the crack cloud at this nigga like he was shotgunning some weed. And Quest was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You can't blow crack clouds at people. That's just disrespectful.
It's like, time to make music, baby.
You ready to go to the mothership?
This is the mothership connection.
The thing is, like you said, you can't. Not only can you not just blow a crack cloud. Can you imagine the person that just catches it? Because you're not expecting.
Ooh, that's some loud ass weed. Oh no, David, that was some crack.
Yeah, I made this song with George Clinton. Yeah, I'm addicted to crack now. It's a long story, but so I hope y'all niggas like this song.
I went through a lot to make this record.
I gave up my sobriety.
I've been fucked up after this.
Like the smell of a crack cloud gotta just linger in the studio. Like ain't enough for breeze. You just
to uncrack the studio. What I tell y'all about letting George in the studio before me?
Just send that nigga out back.
God damn it, it's crack all through these.
George said he need to be motivated. Motivate his ass down the street.
I mean, the whole band is full of cutty niggas, dog. Like Bootsy Collins was in James Brown's band.
Bootsy Collins,
and he said he's responsible for having that nigga addicted to drugs because they was backstage smoking angel dust, and James came back there like, "What the hell is that?" And they what is that? And they gave him a hit, and they said that nigga went and did a 5-hour performance, shirtless, sweating,
looking like a rack of ribs.
You really want me to believe that was their first time?
James ain't that. Say you did it with a wig pap. What's that over there?
Yeah. My favorite James, what I always said about James, I hope that I've never bothered to research this because I don't really want the answer, but I hope he was composing those records. Because if he was just doing the lyrics, that nigga doesn't deserve the credit that we give him.
Now, when you say lyrics,
that's what I mean.
The first mumble rapper.
Literally, yes.
Big fact.
Big fact.
What a big deal.
Shouts out to Bad News Buck with the super chat says they need to stop tripping and let All-Star Flex Alexander play George Clinton. We saw how he carried that Michael Jackson movie.
That nigga, I thought he was playing the ghost of Michael Jackson.
Yo, Flex as Michael Jackson is the most terrifying shit I have ever seen in my life.
Absolutely.
If you don't know what we are talking about, I encourage you to Google Flex Alexander as Michael Jackson.
It's a creepy pasta in real life. Like it's a fucking like Reddit meme. It's scary as hell.
It's so scary. And here's the thing, like because Flex be out and trying to do shit, like he'd be at the dime every now and then.
Yeah.
And you want to be like, hey man, so.
Man, I'm gonna get Chris Spencer to get Flex up in here, man. You got a lot of shit to answer for.
You got a lot of shit.
We got questions also, like a motherfucker.
Was that us who were talking about, or somebody was like, the fact that this nigga is so cold, every role he's played has been named Flex.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Flip. That's like Tommy Martin before him. Every role, this nigga's name was Tommy.
It was Tommy. Again, I just want to picture
the most cutty thing is that dude from Fast and the Furious, the Latin
Hector?
dude. His name isn't Hector.
Oh, Noel.
But in every
fucking movie. Noel G?
Yeah. That nigga's name is Hector.
And Noel's a good dude. Look, Noel's a good dude. Super cool dude. Lives at, of course, he's from East Los.
Yeah.
Super cool dude, but they put him as Wikipedia at every single role.
Hector. I believe there's a Hector cinematic universe. That's how I look at it. Every movie is in the same fucking thing. And he's the unified force.
He's like Luis from Airhead It Was.
That's right.
The HCU.
So you know what's going to happen? People going to start looking at every movie and start putting the dates and times together.
Motherfucker.
It's like, yo, Hector's been throughout history. You didn't.
Bro, my favorite one.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hector's the Watcher.
My favorite one is Patrick Swayze. That Dirty Dancing, Roadhouse,
and Ghost.
No, and Point Break is all the same nigga. Because hear me out.
Okay.
He's working at a summer camp teaching rich women and young girls how to dance. Then he's like, I gotta get my shit together and leave.
So he goes in the 70s and becomes the Roadhouse.
Niggas ends up as a bodyguard. All of a sudden, he's living the outlaw life. He know how to beat nigga ass. Shit up. Then he gets spiritual. And he still know how to fight. Why does Bodie know how to fight in fucking Point Break? Why does that nigga know Kung Fu? Answer me that.
Yo,
Yeah, hurts your brain.
I gotta.
And there's a scene in Point Break where he says, "Reminds me of a '57 Chevy I used to have." What did that nigga drive in Dirty Dancing?
A 57 Chevy.
It's all connected, man. It's all fucking connected. Give me my strings and my fucking note cards, baby.
Get your It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia meaning.
But then it could be Ghost, because then the nigga get his life together and then he died. Come back for the love of his life.
He changed his life again and became Sam.
That's right.
Oh.
I'm blowing your mind right now. And I knew it. I knew I would.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. I don't want to think about
Swayze
this.
cinematic, baby.
Damn. Yo, fuck. So, Raygun. Y'all remember her, right?
How could I forget?
She's, for those who don't know, she's the Australian Olympic break dancer who was considered one of Australia's best because her and her husband were part of the Olympic selection committee. And she was so good, in fact, that the Olympics was like, we're not doing break dancing in 2028.
It wasn't just her.
Yeah.
It was primarily her.
But Tony Baker posted it. This is the most confident woman who's ever lived. I mean, or maybe she maybe is just a typical white woman, because her confidence is through the roof. She is challenging. She's offering $10,000 to dance battle her, and you win 10 grand if you can outdance her.
And who are the judges?
That's a great question.
That's the thing. Who are the judges?
Ain't no way.
Who? I won. You what?
Wait. Somebody said Hector being in Training Day, Bruce Almighty in the Fast and Furious series.
That's correct. It's all connected. What? It's all connected.
Yo, my head hurts now.
Well, we getting out of here anyway.
Yeah, we got to get up out of here, though, man. But yeah, if you think you can beat Raygun and win $10,000, that challenge is open to you.
We never needed Chris Brown more.
He ain't gonna beat her in more ways. Okay,
that's it.
I wasn't gonna
That's why I was like, for what? Because that can be go. Please tell the people what you got going on, sir.
Hey man, Chris_please the.darkitect on Instagram. Just follow those. You'll see what I'm up to.
Pap Johnson.
Oh, Pap MF Johnson. I'm gonna be at Afro Comic-Con this Wednesday telling jokes. So come through if you're in Oakland. Yeah.
Go check it out. I did Afro Comic-Con virtually, like one of their first years, because I think it was 2020.
So you won't be there?
Nope, not at all.
All right, then don't be kidding in on my promotion.
My apologies. I was just showing some love. Okay. St. Louis, I will be out there the 14th through the 16th for the Flyover Comedy Festival. That is literally, I'm set for that, but it's pending some other stuff. Portland, Oregon, I'm coming in January. San Diego, I'll be back down there in February for the headline and mic drop. I got Washington State on the map, Ohio, and a couple other cities working on finalizing those dates pretty soon. Please stay in touch with everything, jwashington.com. Check out the Instagram, Mr. J Washington. Thank you for everybody who's been following, man. Over the past month and a half, I've jumped up almost 10,000 followers, and I'm very appreciative and grateful for everybody. Thank y'all for following us here on the podcast, for following the NAAN Cast on Instagram. Follow the Late AF Productions Instagram as well. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Leave comments. Let us know you're watching on the rewatch. To everybody listening in the podcast, let us know what you think down in the comments. Leave the 5-star reviews, all that good stuff. Did I cover everything across the board?
I think you got it.
I think I got it. We're out of here, y'all. Holla at y'all next week, and hopefully we still have a democracy. We will talk to y'all. We will talk to y'all then. We out. Peace.